Namaskar, Nilesh Ok here, and welcome back to the course on Introduction to Indian Calendar. In this module, we are going to discuss everything solar, not everything about the sun, but everything that we are going to discuss in this module would be, broadly speaking, related to the sun and sun's movement or the motion around the earth as seen from the earth. We will discuss the solar day. We will discuss solar year and the types of solar years, such as tropical solar year and sidereal solar year. We will discuss cardinal points and we will discuss seasons, not necessarily in this particular sequence. Let's begin with something that we are all familiar with, the solar day. Now, in the Indian calendar, the solar day begins with the sunrise and it ends with the sunrise of the next day. The question one would want to know or one would want to ask is the sunrise at what location? And the answer is, for doing the basic reference calculation, the sunrise time is taken as the sunrise at Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh, India. And the reason that location is chosen because the prime meridian of the Indian calendar, or for the Indian calendar, or as such the prime meridian for the world in ancient times, ran through Ujjain. The prime meridian is, of course, an imaginary line that starts at one pole, for example, say North Pole, goes through a specific location, or rather series of location, and goes all the way to the South Pole. In our times, the prime meridian goes through UK, United Kingdom, through the Royal Observatory in the United Kingdom, Greenwich, just outside London. Now, how the prime meridian shifted from Ujjain, India to Greenwich, UK is a story by itself, and we will not discuss it in this course. Now, the calculations that are made for Ujjain as a reference point are then adjusted or need to be adjusted as required for the places around the world, since the sunrise times and sunset times and the sunrise of the next day, they all would be different at different locations. And also there could be a lot, actually there is, not could be, there is a lot of variation depending on that the location, whether it is in the northern hemisphere, whether it is in the southern hemisphere, as well as the latitude of that location. We are not going to go into those complexities in this course. However, I definitely want you to be aware of it. So we will use Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh, India as the reference point for our discussion. And this prime meridian of ancient world that passed through Ujjain, MP, it also passed through few other significant locations. To name, Kurukshetra, that is the place where the Mahabharata war took place more than 7,500 years ago. And some of these locations were symbolized with famous Shiva Mandir. Now, Shiva is also called Kala, and the Kala also means time. And since this has to do with time, that's how they were symbolized. So it's very interesting to understand that there is a metaphorical aspect and there is a very practical, pragmatic aspect behind some of these places and some of the methods that were employed to establish these places. Just like there is in Kurukshetra a Shiva Mandir called Sthaneshwar, in Ujjain there is a Shiva Mandir and that is called Mahakal. Again, remember, referring to the timing. We will also discuss 12 solar months and then 6 seasons of the Indian calendar: Vasanta, Grishma, Varsha, Sharad, Hemanta, and Shishir. Before we get into the simulation or a demonstration simulation, couple additional pieces of information, and we will also connect this information with the cycle of the precession of the Earth's axis. If you can recall, when we discuss the various motions of the Earth, we discuss Earth's motion around itself, then around the sun. We also discussed 2 additional motions. One is the precession of the Earth's axis that goes through a complete cycle in 26,000 years. And then the Earth's nod, or that inclination, that goes through its own nod or own cycle of 41,000 years. What we are going to discuss now, which is the sidereal solar year and the tropical solar year, has to do with the precession of the Earth's axis. The length of the sidereal solar year is 365.256 days. The length of the tropical solar year is 365.242 days. The difference between the sidereal solar year and the tropical solar year is about 20 minutes. The sidereal solar year is longer by about 20 minutes than the length of the tropical solar year. The 20 minutes doesn't sound much. However, over time, it accumulates into a big number, and we will see what are the consequences of that. All right, with this, we will jump into the demonstration video. The Earth is at the center. It is inclined at an angle about 23.5 degrees with respect to the straight vertical line. If we draw a straight vertical line that is 90 degrees to this plane of the ecliptic, okay? And again, ecliptic is the path of the sun around the Earth as seen from the Earth, which essentially is that yellow circle. We also have the moon going around the Earth, and then we also have the sun here going around the Earth as seen from the Earth. We will begin our simulation with the sun and the moon, both of them along the same line with the Earth and at the point of vernal equinox. In our modern Gregorian calendar, that corresponds to approximately 22nd or 23rd of March. Now, 1 day can be simply done by just selecting a single day input by doing +1 or -1. That T refers to Tithi, as in lunar day. But for all practical purposes, as a simple approximation, we can also use it for the solar day. The solar day begins with the time of sunrise and it ends with the time of next sunrise. So approximately the length of the solar day is 24 hours. Approximately. We are referring to all these numbers at the physical location of the city known as Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh, India. I am going to add a couple of things. I am going to add the reference nakshatra system in the background and also the seasons. In the Indian calendar, the solar year begins with the day of vernal equinox or the spring equinox, and it is the midway point of the Vasanta Rutu or spring season. Let's start counting the days. This time we will focus on the sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. In approximately 30 days, the sun would travel the angular distance of about 30 degrees. Now we want the sun to travel through 30 degrees because that is the definition of a solar month. It is important to realize, and we will see why that happens in later modules of this course, that for the sun to travel through 30 degrees, it may take anywhere from 29 days to 32 days. And therefore, I said it will take about 30 days for the sun to travel through 30 degrees and complete one solar month. In reality, it may take anywhere from 29 to 32 days. So we completed one solar month, and now the sun's position is at the end of the Vasanta Rutu, at the end of the spring season. It is ready to enter the area of a Grishma Rutu. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I'll go a couple more days this time. Okay, so 31, 32. As I said, it may take anywhere from 29 to 32 days. So now sun is at the halfway point of the Grishma season. The first month of Grishma is over. The second month of Grishma is yet to begin. Okay, let's go for this time, say 31 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Not bad, huh? So now the third month of this solar year is completed. We went through 1 month of the Vasanta season, Vasanta Rutu, spring season, and 2 months of the Grishma Rutu or summer season. We arrived at the point of summer solstice.